Hey y'all! Welcome to our podcast, The Pretty Ugly Struggle, hosted by Connie Love and B Hall. Each week, sit with us as we discuss viral topics, raising kids, relationships, running businesses, and trying to look good while doing it. The mother effing struggle is real.
Yeah, that's fine. Laugh. Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. I'll try to tone it down. Like, don't
No, be you.
Like. This is me.
This is I love
This
you.
is part of me.
Yeah. If you, I don't
I
know
forgot.
about
Oh,
a Quiet
you said
Bridget.
it. Huh?
I don't know a Quiet Bridget.
I don't know her either.
Hey y'all! Welcome to our podcast, The Pretty Ugly Struggle, hosted by Connie Love and B Hall. Each week, sit with us as we discuss viral topics, raising kids, relationships, running businesses, and trying to look good while doing it. The mother effing struggle is real.
Hey,
Oh.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl B Hall, and we're back with another episode of The Pretty Ugly Struggle. If you're watching on YouTube, you may notice another face that you've never seen before. This is my boo, Shakayla. Can I get it?
To start off with, you've seen me before. I didn't say a whole lot.
No, we never put that on YouTube.
Okay, so
That
yeah, you haven't seen me before.
Yeah, that's all
Never
on
mind.
YouTube. Yeah.
Never mind. So hey, I'm Shakayla. What else do I say?
What would you like to tell the people about you that don't know you?
They don't know me.
Where you from?
I'm from Texas.
From Texas.
You have to coach me through this.
Right.
You know, this is new to me.
Are you? Most people are nervous for the first 3 minutes, and then they get into it. How you feeling?
Fantastic.
Okay, dope. Are you a mother? You're in a relationship? No, guys want to know if you're single or not. I'm sure they're gonna be asking. I'll be like, hey.
So my child has 4 legs, and he's almost 12.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, just the dog, and I'm single.
Is it Coochie?
Yeah, that's my Coochie
That's
bear.
Coochie.
Yeah. I'm the person that Kevin Samuels talks about. You know, getting a little
Girl,
older
we gonna get
with
into
just a
that.
dog. So there you go.
Dope. I met Shakayla years ago when we were working at a club in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I was a door girl. What was your first thing?
I was a hostess.
Hostess. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would like to seek the people and things like that. And when she first came, we were all just meeting each other and everybody being quiet. We learning the rules to the club and all that type of stuff. And she had this big fro.
Yeah.
And then the next time she came, no one recognized her. It was night and day. And she didn't have no makeup on. She had her glasses on.
Yeah.
And you had your fro. And
Yeah,
you came back, you had your nice hair, makeup.
Sis had a wig, okay? And
Okay.
some lashes
Hey.
that I forgot today. But we gonna make it work.
She said she gonna put them on. I was like, okay, cool.
You know.
I need the mascara. I could have brought you some lashes.
I got lashes in the bag.
Well, let's put them on camera. That's fine. This gonna turn into a makeup. What is that? Get ready with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just hit it off because I feel like for one, she's super funny and she's super goofy, so she laughs at my jokes. A+, we're best friends. Period. And I worked there for maybe 2 years, and you worked there for how long? Was it? No, I don't know.
5 almost.
You worked there for 5. So
Yeah.
I left after 2. I can't remember why. Somebody probably pissed me off, and I was like, you know what? Fuck
They
you.
did. You were like, I don't want to come to work anymore.
I'm
I was
over
like,
it.
these don't align with my goals, so I don't want to work there anymore.
But it was probably the easiest, funnest job. You get
Yeah.
to people watch. That was my favorite thing. You getting the people watch. Watching the drunk people.
We definitely should talk about that one day, about the other side of working.
Oh,
in
yeah.
business.
Yeah,
It's
you
completely
see some
different,
shit.
yeah.
And you do every now and then. You get your rude customers. You get your belligerent. We get the famous people.
Yeah.
That would come through. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was great. It was great. I had a good time. She was saying that she has been on the podcast before. We were not able to put it up on YouTube because it was just too large. And I tried it in different ways, and I still couldn't get it. And I was like, maybe it's not supposed to be up.
Yeah.
Because if people watch that, I think they would think me and Connie Love were into it.
Correct. Yeah. Because even I, being there, I was
Because
like,
you
"Do y'all
and Miss
like each other?"
Whitney, who was our other guest that night, was like, are y'all okay?
Yeah. I didn't know what to do. I was like this.
Honestly, she was so quiet. That's why she said she was quiet that time. You didn't hear my joke. She was pretty quiet. Y'all both were. But yeah, it seemed like we were into it because I'm very loud and dramatic, and she's very loud and passionate about what she's saying.
Yeah.
Connie Love. And I had this viewpoint. It's a non-negotiable. You're not fucking negotiating it. And she was like, well, no, you can because da da da. And what it was miscommunication.
Right.
She was saying she has a list and there are things on her list that she can negotiate. And I'm only focusing on non-negotiables that are on my list. So we were kind of saying the same thing. Yeah. And when we got back, we were all in the car because we all rode together. And Whitney was like, are y'all okay? Because it seemed like y'all were angry and mad at each other. I was like, who? I was like, what you talking about?
Yeah, that was really.
I was like, we cool. What happened? Like, I don't understand. So I think maybe it's just not supposed to go up on YouTube because people would think we're into it. So I'm just, I dated it a long time ago as far as like not putting it up. Right. Me and Connie Love have never had an argument. We are perfectly fine. She is not here today because she's just a busy woman. She has a lot on her plate, y'all. I'm gonna just say it like that. And we'll talk about it when she gets back. But I got tired of people asking me for another episode. Not tired of it, but it's just like, I want to give you guys content. I want to give you guys episodes. So I was like, I'm just going to push through. And, you know, she was in town because you want to tell them that you don't no longer live here?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't live here anymore. I live in Los Angeles. So, yeah, I came home to see my mom for Mother's Day. I was her gift.
I know that's right.
Her, me and the dog.
You the dog here too? I didn't know. I was wondering if you found a dog sitter for that long. I was like, okay, cool. So he flew? Is he a good flyer?
Doped up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a little baby. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she came into town. I was like, I want to see her, 1, and 2, I need an episode. Perfect. Will you come on? And she's like, bet. This is the dates I can come. I was like, cool, let me book it. And we're here. So that's a little bit of backstory. How's your week been?
Oh, it's been good. I miss Texas. I love it.
We miss you too.
Yeah, it's so funny. I know when I go back, because I was talking to some of my friends, they're like, well, we know you've been home, because my accent is very happy right now. I mean, I didn't completely lose it, but, you know, it was kind of, you know, turning a little LA-ish.
Was it getting proper?
Somewhat.
LA people are so proper to me. And I'm pretty proper, but they are extra.
Yeah.
They are extra. So you started picking up on that.
I did. But now I was just like, hey.
I want to ask you a personal question. How is the dating in LA versus Dallas?
0 stars. Would not recommend. I say the same thing for Dallas though too, so I don't know if that counts.
Oh, you said the same for Dallas. So it's not much different then.
No, I think just some of it. Well, with Dallas, we end up knowing the same people. Like, you know, Dallas it's big, but it gets small after a while.
So you go to the same places, kind of.
Correct. Yeah. So you see all the same people. So it just kind of makes it a little bit harder because, you know, if I know stuff about you, I'm not quite sure I want to engage, you know, with you in that way. You know.
What do you mean?
Well, I guess it's more or less like if I can name 2 or 3 people that I know that you talk to, I don't want to be number 3 and 4. You know. And I understand that, you know, we're adults, so it's not like you have to go ask permission and things like that. But, I mean, it's like girl code, you know, when certain people. Because, I mean, these girls, they aren't my friends per se. They're associates. But still, it just looks kind of odd. Because sometimes I know too much.
Yeah. I can't. I won't. I'm from Fort Worth originally. I live in Dallas now. So I won't date any men from Fort Worth. I stopped dating them probably when I was in high school. Like, I just can't. Because I had a lot of friends, cousins, high school friends and stuff that, they were kind of out there, so yeah.
But, I mean, I didn't get out that much. You know, I kind of, like, really slowed down, so it's not like I was really able to get out and meet people. I'm probably sure there's tons of great people out there. But
LA was. Y'all been shut down for real.
Yeah. But, no, even in Dallas, too. There's probably tons of great people. But I wouldn't get in a mix like that anymore in Dallas. I kind of got real low-key and chill.
Was it because you worked at the club?
I think so. You know,
so too.
Yeah, I just got tired of going out. And, you know, when I'm not getting paid for it anymore, it's not any more fun. Just saying.
It kind of jades you. You get jaded. That's so true. I didn't even think about it like that.
Right.
But that is true.
Yeah. But as far as LA goes, I mean, you know, we're still locked down. We're not officially open until June 15th. So
they keep pushing it back or what? I thought it was supposed to be May something.
I don't know. I just know they said mask off on June 15th. Okay. So I'm going to be up in that thing.
Mask off. Mask. Are you still going to wear your mask?
Probably so, just because, I mean, it's kind of like an LA thing. As soon as I got here, I used to be with a mask on. It's so strange. So, because in LA, it's not like that. They look at you crazy if you don't have on a mask. Whereas here, they look at you crazy if you do have one.
Really? Because I'm still looking at people out there here when they don't have a mask on.
No.
And Brie, my baby was like, well, they probably vaccinated. I'm like, but we don't know that. They need to have a badge on their arm or on the chest saying I'm vaxxed or something. Speaking of vaccinations, are you down for getting we won't speak of it, but the vaccine. We know what vaccine.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have reasons why?
I mean, people are probably gonna hate it because it's getting a vaccine is a very polarizing type topic. Me personally, I'm not gonna do it because it hadn't been around long enough for me to feel like there's enough science behind to know what the after effects will be over some time. Like I stopped getting shots when I got old enough to say no. So I don't get flu shots. I don't get tetanus shots. Any of the other shots. I don't even get B12 shots. Okay.
Yeah.
The only shots I take a crown.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something.
No.
Where's your mind at, Bridget? In the fucking gutter. Thank you.
No, that's not for me.
Yeah, I feel the same. I got the flu shot when I was 11. That was the last time, and I was so like deathly sick, and my mom was like, "Oh no, you're never getting that shot again."
Right.
So I haven't got a shot since then. No, I'm lying. I used to get birth control, the shot in my ass, birth control, whatever that. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, Depo. I never got.
Yeah, Depo.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is for sure. And but vaccinations. I think, it hasn't been out long enough. I agree with that. And so we don't know the side effects or the long-term effects that it could have on us. Some of the stuff I just been reading, just nah. And then they recalled one of them, the Johnson & Johnson one. So just like, I'm just wait. No one's making me get it as of now. I don't know how travel is, though, out of the country because I haven't been out of the country.
Well, they're trying to push to where it's mandatory in order to travel and things like that. So I'll get to that, when I get to it. But like right now, for the time being, I'm good.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I'm like, dang, I did want to get some more stamps, but
I know, girl. We gonna get some stamps.
I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Speaking of Instagram, which he ain't. When people Instagram call me, you got your effing nerve. I can't stand it.
Maybe one of those days. I'm not that cool.
What, to get an Instagram call?
Yeah.
So nobody called you Instagram? I don't believe it.
Not recently.
Tell the whole truth. People be having the audacity, and I want to know where the fuck they get it from.
Yeah, I don't think they should have created that feature. It's weird. Because I feel like I give you the access to me up until the amount of access I want to grant you. So for you to be able now to like personally call me, even though you don't have my phone number, that's like an invasion of privacy.
I do completely agree. And I'm also wondering, because I don't have my Instagram notifications on, so how was I able to even get that call? Like, I never got an Instagram call before unless I opened the app and then like, oh, I had a missed call from this person. But that was weird.
Yeah.
All right, Instagram, we got problems now. Y'all done updated some stuff and then fell through the cracks on some other stuff. God damn it.
Let me find out you've been answering Instagram calls.
Bitch, I had better not. If my name ain't goddamn B-Hall. No, I'm not with that. I don't even like unsolicited FaceTime calls.
Yeah.
On my phone. Like,
you gotta book an appointment.
Please, could you?
You don't know what I'm doing. And now that maybe we're not at that point. Maybe I want you to think I'm cute all the time. And so we haven't quite like crossed that threshold to where, you can see me without my lashes or in my bonnet. Or, without a bra on or something.
Can I get it like I don't mind the no bra thing because, hey, I am wearing one today though. But can I get a 5-minute window, 10-minute window? Let me throw my lashes on, please.
Well, no, you're okay because you actually have, a set. I have to.
You gotta prep them up.
Okay. I have somebody to help me out with that, so I need them. So I can keep selling the dream, okay?
Girl, would you ever get them?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it look nice, but
sometimes
I mean, no, they look nice all the time. Now, the stuff that it takes to maintain them to look nice might suck, but they look nice.
Yeah. Are you talking about mine? Because I'm going to say thank you.
I mean, yours are nice too.
I'm fishing.
You're saying
here.
I'm
fishing
yeah,
here.
Nice.
Give me that compliment.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into a couple of topics today. So we all know that the Kevin Samuels thing is a really big thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's talking about it. I checked his YouTube before I got here. He has about 800,000 YouTube followers, subscribers. So it's got to be something to it, right? So I decided yesterday to take some time out and watch the Joe Budden podcast.
Oh,
yeah. And they had Kevin Samuels on there. And I actually watched the whole thing. And one thing I did really like about the podcast is they just let him talk and represent himself however he wanted to represent himself.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I can learn as a podcaster is to let my guests speak for themselves and don't cut them off, don't interrupt, let them have the full floor, because that was his podcast yesterday. I would say it like that. That's one thing I learned. And then two, I wanted to know why people are so attracted to this man who doesn't have any credentials, he doesn't call himself an expert or anything like that. So I'm like, what is it about him? So for one I learned that he was in professional sales and marketing before he became this like sensation or whatever.
Right.
So with that, he knows how to market himself, and he probably has seen some other people that have made some money off of having a certain platform and speaking to certain people.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that will put down women in general. There are some that only focus on putting down black women. And then there are some that, when speaking to the men, they're putting down the woman at the same time.
Right.
And he took that road from what I can see. But also, I only knew him for his viral moments, like his little snippets that will get put out there. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't paint him in the very best light, to be honest. Y'all probably have already seen the snippets. You're a 5 at best, and all these little one-liner zingers and shit. So I wanted to like actually really watch a full episode of him, and I said I can handle Joe Budden, so let me watch this one. And I thought it was. I'm not gonna say it completely changed my opinion of Kevin Samuels, but it did make me open my eyes to just not be so quick to judge him.
Right, I agree.
Okay,
we're not gonna argue with that.
You're not gonna argue with that?
No, not at all.
How do you feel about Off Rip? How do you feel Off Rip? And also, what is have you watched an episode of his?
Oh yeah, I've watched full episodes of him. I think he does dabble a little bit in sensationalism. And it's kind of like shock value. But I mean, shock jocks make it big. And sometimes you have to do things like to kind of set yourself apart from other people. But I think the message is there. I just think the delivery in which he gives it is what the polarizing thing is. Because I agree with a lot of things he say. I feel like at times, like, we as women, we can be somewhat delusional in how, we rate ourselves as far as had me rethink. I was like, dang,
If he gave Sweetie a 6, goddamn, what am I?
I'm like, I thought it was at least cute, but now I might just be okay. Like, girl.
Oh, goodness.
But no, I mean, it does kind of challenge you to internally think of who you are, how you present yourself. It's very retrospective or introspective in that you have to look at where you are, where you're going and what you're doing.
Do you think it makes you look at yourself the way men would look at you, or people in general would look at you, or are you actually looking at yourself for yourself? Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? Am I answering that question? Am I asking that correctly?
No, I get what you're saying. I think it's kind of twofold. I think I was thinking about how maybe people perceive me overall versus it just being me, versus, like, oh, I see myself this way, guys might see me this way, girls might see me this way. And it just challenged me to be like, am I presenting my best self whenever I come forward? Okay. In any type of like conversation or like any relationship that I engage in.
Okay. I guess I don't really, I haven't changed the way I view myself for the most part, but I have to look at it like, okay, when I'm not wearing makeup versus when I am all dolled up, which is supposed to be different. You supposed to spruce it up some. I wear makeup probably like every couple of weeks, unless, because I'm not doing shit. I'm not going nowhere.
Right.
So I wear makeup every couple of weeks whenever I leave the house to do something fun. And I want to play dress up. You know what I'm saying? But also with listening to the interview, there was one time where he was speaking about black women, how we've been hearing that black women are the most educated, and he was like, that's not exactly true. He was like, black women are the most enrolled.
Right.
And I was like, so is that true? Are we just enrolling and not finishing, or what? Because you do have 2 degrees.
Yeah, I have 2 masters.
2 masters.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of women that have, including Connie Love. Connie Love, I just have an associate's. She has her bachelor's. You know, so I do know most of the women that I do know are educated, have finished school in some retrospect. You know, so so I was like, where's he getting his facts from? You know, because you can find anything on the internet to support your you know stance.
Right.
So I was like, and was that necessary to say? God damn.
I mean, when I was in undergrad, even when I was in grad school, I saw lots of black women. Well, I went to HBCU, so, you know, of course I saw, you know, went to Prairie View A&M University. So, yeah, it was black women everywhere. And then there was also your fair share of people who were there for first semester. They didn't make it back second semester, or they didn't make it back after.
I went back, but
they didn't make it back after freshman year, you know, period. So you run into that as well. But I still think a lot of black women are, you know, graduating.
And they say we have like the most like businesses, entrepreneurship is like really big with the black women. So it was just some things that I felt like he was saying that was kind of unnecessary. But then he did make some other stronger points where he's like, I don't just get on the black woman. Yeah, I'm an equal opportunist is what he's saying. Like anybody can get it, but we the media only puts out, or the viral ones are only the ones talking shit about black women. Right. Other black men, I saw one, but we also have to think about how the media is putting that certain shit out there. So that's what I wanted. I didn't want to judge him. I wanted to actually listen to him open-mindedly. You know,
especially when he started talking about how.
Did you watch that episode too? The Joe Budden, or just?
I didn't finish it.
Oh, okay.
I did watch part of it, but then it was time to get off the plane. He was talking about you know, like Cosmopolitan or Vanity Fair or whatever, where they were trying to change the trajectory of the way, you know, the household looks. Yep. About how it's like, oh, women aren't, you know, be independent and things like that. You know, you can push out being married, raising a family and things, and you know, kind of look at where it's led us. You know, there's nothing wrong with being independent, but it's okay. You can be independent and still share your life with somebody at the same time. Like, they aren't mutually exclusive, and it's more or less a lot of times people are like, I'm putting everything on the back burner, you know, with career or school or stuff, so I'm not worried about being in a relationship. You can do both.
You can be dependent and still be in a loving relationship.
Yeah. Well, independent and be in a
independent.
Yeah, in a mutually beneficial.
Have you looked into the whole modern versus traditional relationships at all?
Yeah, I think there's kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's just 2 very big extremes where they go and talk about modern women versus traditional women. I feel like you can still have a hybrid somewhere in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that whole part is just like missing. It's like either or. It's not. I don't think everything's like black and white.
What would a hybrid look like to you? Like in your opinion?
I don't think that a woman necessarily just has to stay. You know, she can still work. Maybe the work she's doing is something she can do from the inside of the house. Okay. You know, or like working with his business. You know, let's say, you know, she's doing the books, being a secretary. You know, hopefully it doesn't end up like. Waiting to exhale. I just watched it the other day. Okay, be like Mary, not gonna cry.
That see, I think he also. No, let me not put words in his mouth. I will say, I have heard that you shouldn't build a man, like build with the man, because he's growing, and once you're already where you want to be, and you're building him up to where he's a different person now, and he wants to get something different because he's a different man now. So where you're already that woman, you're already where you want to be, established, emotionally mature, all these types of things. So you're already there. Yeah. So you're good. But where he's like, I'm here now, and I want something different, and that's kind of what the waiting to exhale thing kind of happened. Would you build a man? You a ride or die? What's your thoughts?
Now, at what stage are we talking about building? Are we talking about from the very bottom, like ground up, or are we talking about
No,
like?
I wouldn't expect you, especially at this good old age we're at. I wouldn't expect you to talk about a ground up. Like, no. I'm thinking more of like, he has a career, but he wants to make a career change, or he wants to do something different in his career. But he is educated. He does have skills.
Oh, I'm absolutely fine with it.
Okay.
I encourage
you
it.
Gonna like, as far as like are you getting with him for his potential that you see in him, or are you like, nah, I already need to see what you are.
Well,
for the most part.
Speaking about potential, that's one of the things that Kevin was talking about how women, they try to pick and choose on potential and say that they hope the man becomes something else. And he's like, you can't do that. You have to accept them for who they are at that very moment. So
I agree with that.
So I don't necessarily like look at like potential in that manner, perhaps. Yeah. What I do really look at is, if, let's say, you want to make a departure from corporate America, or you've recently made a departure from corporate America, do you have a real, tangible plan? Of action of how this is going to work. Am I seeing you actually work towards that? Do I see the work that you're putting in? Or are you just telling me you want to do these things and not actually having action behind them? Because a lot of people say they want to be entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurship is a hard life. Because I'm over here trying to flirt with being an entrepreneur. And you know what? Thank God for corporate America. At least temporarily. But I'm getting to the point where, I kind of want to do my own thing. But I realize it's hard work.
It's hard work.
Yeah, and I see y'all out here, hustling and stuff. While I'm over here like, oh, hey, girl.
No.
What you need from me?
Girl, I'm not even going to front. Like, I was about to close my boutique down for, like, the next 6 weeks.
Oh, no.
Because to get ready for spring and summer or whatever, I already have my model ready. Like a revamp.
Okay.
And then, like, I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to shut down my Shopify because my website is on Shopify. Matter of fact, check it out, Bosch Boutique. Okay, www.boschboutique.com. Check it out. But the night before, I was like, okay, I'm going to shut it down tomorrow, before I have to pay for this next month. Right. And I'll open it up back when I'm ready to my relaunch for my spring, summer. And the next day, I bullshit you not, I got 4 orders, and I had like 2 tips on 2 of them, and I got an eBay order because I have some stuff on eBay too. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna close it. Like, this is a sign from God. Like, no, keep it open, Bridget. Like, it's simple. If someone wants to buy it, they will, and if they don't, they won't. Like, it's okay. Right. Don't get discouraged. Basically, how I felt. Like, this is a little extra push. I was just like, thank you. Thank you, God. Okay,
can I ask you a personal question?
Absolutely.
Why were you ready to shut down? Or do you feel like you have too much going on right now?
Yeah, not only just that, it was more of like, I had to make a sale in like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, and I don't have anything new to put out, so I'm like kind of regurgitating material, and I was just kind of getting like, for lack of a better word, I'm just say bored. I was kind of bored with it, and I wasn't doing anything with it, so I was like, let me just shut down so I'm ready to pop out some new shit.
Right.
So, yeah, that's why I was ready to close it down.
Okay.
But,
I'm glad you did.
I'm glad I did either. I needed a little extra boost. Thank you.
Yeah.
But with Kevin Samuels, he also, when speaking about the Vanity Fair thing, he was also saying, yes, independent, and also that it's better for the economy to keep people single because their wants and needs are different. Their goals are different. And also, you have 2 separate households. You have the single man and the single woman. That's money, and you want to take these girls trips, these guys trips. That's more money. So it's like an economy thing too to keep you single. They want y'all single,
Unless you're taking the type of girls trips that they're having on Atlanta Housewives.
What? Where you what?
You haven't seen?
No, I don't watch it no more.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch it no more.
It's a lot of.
I kind of got over reality TV. I don't think I've watched any besides The Circle. That's reality.
You have to watch Jocelyn's Cabaret.
I can't.
I love it.
Because she's a bully.
Addicted.
When I see the snippets, she's a fucking bully.
I love it. I'm here for it all, okay?
You like it. Okay,
yeah,
you love it.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you like about it?
Like a little ratchet in my life.
A little ratchet every now and then. Oh, gosh. I like Jocelyn. I think she's cool. She dope, whatever. But I feel like she's bullying those young girls. And they're at I don't like bullies. I just really don't. And they're at a position to where they're trying to make it, trying to get on, so they have to kind of take it and suck it up. It's just like, God damn, chill. Like when the girl coughed when she was speaking or something and she got all in her face. I saw a snippet of that. Jessie Woo does this I'm Triggered episodes on YouTube. I've been watching it. And she had put that out there. And I was like, oh, it makes me not like her when she does stuff like that, though. But then I did see the girl get her ass whipped 3 times. And I was like, well, she asked for it.
Right. Well, the little snippet, though, I mean, you have to see the rest of it. It was warranted.
It was.
To a certain degree.
So was she, like, trying to be funny with her coughs or something?
It didn't sound like it. She said she was choking out some water, but I'm not 100% certain if it was like I'm legit choking. Because I didn't see no water in the eyes. You know, every time I choke, I'm like, yeah. You know, and then I'm crusty out in the corner.
Why was she leaving? Because people were like she was leaving.
I just think she wants some more airtime, honestly.
Okay, so she decided she didn't get booted off or nothing. She just decided
they were doing the dance, like she was trying to teach them choreography, and like mid spin or whatever, sis wig fell off, and so she got mad at the production crew because she wanted to like get off like the little set area, so she go put a wig back on, and then she was like upset about that because they was like, "No, you can't leave about this room."
God, I just get my wig. I'll be right back.
So yeah, so she was really upset about it.
So you have to subscribe to Zeus?
You know, there's some good content on there.
I subscribe to about 8 different things, and I'm sick of these little $5.99, $8.99, $11.99. Like, goddamn.
It's like really good. I was pleasantly surprised. Like,
what else do you watch on there?
I watched that TTD Love Me. It was so funny. It's so funny. That was great. I mean, it's not, you know, it's scripted reality. It was scripted, but it was still, it was cute.
It was cute. It was funny.
Because I think about all the other like randomness that I watch, and I was like, it's on par. Like with the quality and stuff like that, it was on par with that stuff. So I liked it.
Did you watch the one with B. Simone and Lil Kim and Pretty V?
That girls trip or girls boat or whatever? I didn't watch it.
My mom was talking about it last night, so I was just wondering.
What'd she say about it?
She was like, she liked it, but she felt like that Pretty V and B. Simone kind of separated a little bit because my mom said it seemed like Pretty V was jealous of B. Simone's relationship with the other girls on the show. When, you know, B. Simone and Pretty V are very good friends, like best friends and stuff. So it was kind of weird. Because we watched Wild 'N Out last night, and Pretty V wasn't on there, so I was just asking. And she was like, yeah, I think they kind of distance a little bit, and it seemed like there was a little jealousy. This is my mom saying that. Shout out to Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
What your mom know about that?
Hey, my mama, first off, she know all. She watching Wild 'N Out, Girls Trip, all the ratchet shit.
She's so funny.
Yes, my mom is a trip. I love her so. Shout out to you, mommy.
I have a question for you.
Please.
Okay. So I was reading about it. Somebody posted it on Facebook today. But I think Masika Kashayla, however you say her name. Yeah, I forgot what her middle name is, but yeah, Masika.
From a reality show, right?
Yeah, I think she was on Love and Hip Hop.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
She had made a post talking about how she felt she was disappointed like her Mother's Day. She was like, nobody, you know, I didn't get the type of respect, or I didn't get like the gifts and stuff that I deserve, and you know, moms need a day off and they need underappreciated. That's the word I was looking for. I can't get it out, but she was saying, yeah, she felt underappreciated.
Who did she expect to get those gifts and appreciate her? Is she single?
I have no idea, honestly.
Like she only has one kid, right?
I think so, yeah.
And it's by
Fetty Wap.
Who as a single woman who's a single mother, and I have one child. I felt love. Like all my friends and family, just a simple Happy Mother's Day is fine. Now, did I feel unappreciated from my daughter? Absolutely, I did. And everybody was like, I put it on Instagram, and then when I picked up from work, she was like, "Happy Mother's Day, Mom." I was like, well, finally. Like, cause I don't really expect much from her. Even though she's a working woman, she do got some money. She could do a little something. I don't really expect a whole much. I'm a giver. I'm a people pleaser, so I'm just used to giving and doing. So if someone did something nice to me, of course it would be highly appreciated, greatly appreciated. But I'm not. I'm single, so who gonna do it? I mean, my daughter's dad sent me he's out of the country, but he sent me a appreciative text and all that type of shit, you know, and that was dope because he normally doesn't. This is the first time he has actually. Right. But I'm fine with that because a lot of people were feeling sorry for me because I put that on there. My daughter didn't even tell me Happy Mother's Day. Ain't that a bitch? I want to read something. God damn it.
You know what? Lucky for her, her birthday comes before Mother's Day. Just tell her, you know what? Hey, your next birthday is going to look like the Mother's Day I got.
Oh, baby. And she not in my house no more. She going off to college. Oh, baby. Yeah, I'm shutting it down. I'm empty nester.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it.
You so grown.
I was on TikTok and this guy was like, "Does anyone else feel like too young to be this old?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah. I feel like
so
that all the time.
childish. Oh my god! I'm like, I gotta do real adult shit. Like after I get doing like 2 adult things, I'm like, "Bitch, I'm tired. I need a nap."
Right.
Like, no, this is not cool. Whoever said adulthood was great and can't wait.
Yeah.
They lied to us. They
Did.
sold us a
They
dream.
sold me a dream.
Just like also back to Kevin Samuels, this whole independent stuff, this
Dream.
strong black woman stuff. This, oh my goodness, I've never felt comfortable with being the strong black woman. Let me just give y'all a little bit of my background real quick. I was married and I was in a traditional marriage to where I did not work. I was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
He worked and paid all the bills. I did the cooking, the cleaning, the taking care of the kid. Very traditional. I have not lived with a man since then, and I do feel like I won't until I'm married again. But oh fuck, I forgot my point. Shit, I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot my point. What was I saying? I had a good
Traditional relationship.
Yeah.
Another point, Kevin.
Did I bring up Kevin
Samuels?
Samuels?
Yeah.
With being traditional.
You
I'm
talking
not
about being independent. Yeah.
I am not. I have to be because I am a single woman, so I have to do shit. But once my man come and just like pump my gas, I'm gonna probably fall in love with him.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, just pump my gas, take the trash out. I like for men to do men things. I'm not.
Right.
People assume that I'm a feminist. Like there's certain things like yes, equal pay for doing the same jobs and things like that. But there's a lot of things that the feminists are saying and doing that I don't agree with. I'm not equal to a man as far as like physically. I'm just not. I like doing the womanly things. I like to serve my man. I like to cater to my man. I like to do those kinds of things. I like to cook different shit and serve him. Like, I serve my daughter. Like, whenever I cook something, I'm like, I go serve her plate and her drink and everything. Like, it just became like a natural thing for me. So, people assume I'm a feminist. I'm really not, because I do believe in kind of gender roles, quote unquote. I do. I like for the man to do manly things, and I like to do the womanly things. So with that whole like independent thing or strong, we have to get rid of that strong like woman. Like it makes us not seem feminine in a way.
Right.
When they say that about us, like I'm not equal to a man. I'm just not. And that's my stance on as far as like being feminine, not being feminine, being independent and being traditional. But I do like when you were saying about the whole traditional and modern situation, there can be a like nice mix.
It can be some give and take.
For sure. But if my man did say no longer work, I'm down. I could do podcasting. Hello.
Right. But what if he said he didn't want you to do that?
Because I'm at the house. When he at work,
Yeah.
I do my boutique from the house like I do now.
And that's what I'm saying.
And he's never gonna, my man is going to know who I am as a person. And I was in a controlling relationship. I'm not doing that again.
Right.
I won't allow him to stunt my growth in that sense, because that's not the man for me. And someone, you know, I get on my Instagram every 2 weeks and I do the question session, and someone was like, you might be single because you don't understand what men want. And I said, what? I only need to know what one man wants and needs. I don't.
Who said that? Girl, you have to show me. We're going to fight him. He live here?
You know his man, didn't he? No, he not. He live in California.
Oh, girl, come out. We rolling up. How dare he?
He live in California. Let me tell you, them Taurus people, them earth signs, they love them some Bridget.
Here you go.
They also hate them some Bridget too, honey. They love it. They love her energy. But honey, there's another side to her, okay?
Okay.
But yeah, like when he was like, you don't know what men want. I only need to know what one man wants. Now I'm a people pleaser. I'm a caterer. I like to put a smile on my man's face and make him happy. Like that brings me joy, to be quite honest. So with that person saying that, it was just like, my God, you don't even know me to be saying that, because I learned my man. I watch my man, and I like to get into the whole like love language. Like, what is his love? How does he receive love? You know, because that is important, the way you receive it, not just the way you give it. You know, so it is. Everybody was on his ass actually in my comments or in my DMs, like, who the fuck? And
right.
Like, yeah. But as far as like the Kevin Samuels thing, just to wrap it up, you follow him and you kind of agree with.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of stuff he says.
A lot of stuff he says. And I was surprised that I did. I was really ready to hate that motherfucker. I
Yeah.
But then I was like, he actually makes some really good points. And also, but I'm gonna say this too. When he was in the room full of men, there was no reason for him to be harsh, I guess.
Right.
So he wasn't so harsh. So he was more likable in that arena, that scenario. But when he is talking to a woman that it's possible, because you know what I don't like, the way he asks his questions, the way he pins a person in a corner to where they have to answer a certain way.
Well, you have to understand too. He is he caters to a certain type of audience, and he has a certain platform. Mm-hmm. So because he does that, he is going to frame that show to always put him in the correct light, in the right light. Mm-hmm. So I've heard some women that he's had on there, they've gotten with him and like made some good points. Mm-hmm. But you know, he not gonna go out like this. So he either in the interview or he'll move it on to something that they can't respond to. Yeah.
Or he'll corner their ass.
Yeah. And I found, you know,
I don't like that part of it.
I mean, it's his show though.
It's definitely his show, so he can run it how he wants to.
He's going to always put himself in
Would you ever call into his show?
Girl, hell no. 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 That's okay. No.
So I follow a lady named Kendra. She does Kendra's like singles live on
oh yeah, that was the one you sent me.
Yeah, and that's how I found Kevin Samuels, because I mean I had heard of him, but I wasn't really like into him like that. But she was on there, and I like to go to her live, so I was like, oh, let me see what Kendra talking about, and then I get on there and it's him. And I was like, oh snap! So I sent it to you and Connie Love,
right.
And she's been in the industry like for a while, and she normally holds her own, but I kind of think he got her a lot, like on some points that he made, and like you said, it's his show, and he know how to handle certain people. Like he's been doing this for a little minute, for some years. Yeah. So he's seen a lot of different personalities, and so he said a lot of women, especially her age, because she's 40 plus. Yeah, and they always want to bring up examples of, oh, my friend did this, or my friend got engaged and she got married and they happy. And like, well, what about you? You know, like, your friend not here, we talking to you. And I, okay. Like, she's like, and then they want to bring up, oh, I was engaged once, but that didn't work. Why didn't it work? Tell me why. You know, it's the reason why. Honestly, there are reasons why, and some of them are like me, like I enjoy being single, not gonna lie. I was in a controlling relationship, and since I've been single, it's just been so like liberating. Like, oh my God, I can do what the fuck I want, how I want, when I want, okay. And also I don't like having to I want to say tend to someone else's emotions. That's the word I use. I don't like having. Now, once I'm in a relationship, I know I have to. But being single, I don't like being. It's another word I want to use, but I don't like tending to someone else's emotions. I feel like it's a very controlling thing, and even though I love, I didn't like being in love because it is a very controlling emotion. Even like if he didn't text a certain way, or I didn't text him or call him when he wanted, you know, we into it, and we. You know, it's just like you be wanting and yearning for certain things, and that person don't do it. Then you in a fucked up mood, or you all sad and mad. Yeah,
and it'd be like all day, and it'll consume your life because your feelings are dependent on how that person feels. So you could be having the best day ever. They call you, and then like your word goes to shit, and then they'll stay in shit until they decide, you know, that they're cool. And, you know, they want to, you know, be on the up and again. And then
they do take their emotions out on you. You're the closest one to them. So they're taking their shit out on you and dumping it on you. And they probably feel better after that conversation. But now you feel like shit. Like you're saying. Like, oh, God, it was so draining. But I do believe when you find your one that it won't be draining like that. It'll still be you. You do need to give them love the way they want to receive it, and vice versa. But it won't be so draining. I'm just saying that. It won't be so draining.
It shouldn't feel like work.
It shouldn't feel like work.
And that's the problem.
Wait, let me think. Should it not feel like work?
Well, I mean, not, okay.
Because it does take work to be in a relationship. Like,
it shouldn't feel like.
Well, how long have you been single, if your mommy asking?
Girl, I lost count.
Okay, let's not talk about it. It's been a little minute.
I've lost
longer
count.
Than me? Has it been longer than me? I've been 2 years. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, though. I've learned a lot in my singleness. I feel like a lot of times when you're in a, because I was in a relationship for a really long time.
How long?
Girl, like 8+ years.
Woo! Baby
And-
put her bid in, baby. You
Okay.
bid.
Yeah. You know, I ain't spring chicken no more when I came out of there. But it's more or less that a lot of times when you're in a really long term relationship, you can lose your identity. And it's like
Absolutely.
people associate you two together. And so you never really get a chance to like blossom into who you're supposed to be. So he and I started dating. We weren't like super young, but I was like, he's older than me. But,
Okay.
you know, I was younger and I still don't think I had fully came into the person that I was supposed to be yet.
Yeah.
So honestly, I wasn't ready for him.
Yeah.
He came along at a time of my life I wasn't ready. I may have thought I was ready or like
That's
I felt like
very
I could
honest.
get ready, but
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I learned that a lot later on. And so like even with listening to some of the callers that call in on Kevin Samuels, like my mom didn't raise me to be a wife. Like when my mom and my stepdad were together, I remember she used to make his plate. And she used to make my ex's plate and stuff like that. And I was like, what are you doing there? They got feet. They can get up and go do that. And I don't fault her for not teaching me that. But now that I look back in that in retrospect, I was like, that was very bratty of me. Because she
But
would make
I'm
my own
also-
plate.
But how did she not teach you when she was showing you?
Well, it was more or less
she need
like
to
she
sit
didn't
down
say
and-
she didn't say like that's what you are supposed to do. She was
Okay.
just like, this is, you know, she was like, this is the nice thing to do. That's how she presented it to me.
Okay.
This is a nice thing to do. Not this is like
Versus you want her to sit down and have a real like
Yeah.
conversation like over.
Yeah, we didn't
Okay.
talk about relationships. We didn't talk about what healthy relationships look like or what a healthy relationship is.
Okay, now that makes a lot of sense because like I live with my mom raised me. She has 3 kids. She was a single mom the whole time. We have different dads, but I was always at my grandma's house anytime I can get to her house. Like she was picking me up, dropping me off, like that. We like this. So a lot of my values as far as relationships come from my grandmother's raising. So I saw it with her because she always had a husband, whether it was the same one. Don't ask no questions. She always had a husband, and she would sit down and talk to me like I don't want to say like an adult, but like an adult. She
Right.
told me some real shit,
gave you the
and
real
that
information.
shit's, huh?
She gave you the real information.
She gave me the real information versus my mom wanted to sugarcoat things and, you know, make it nice and kitty. When my granny,
Right.
like, I'm 11 years old and she telling me, hey, when you get your first nut, you gonna forever be chasing it. And I swear to God. Head on the
Not
ball.
granny.
Head on the goddamn ball. 11 years old. And I was like, I didn't know what the nut was, but I said, okay.
All
And
right,
then when I
now.
first got it, I said,
That's
damn it, that's what she was talking about.
Well, you know, it's a little disturbing. She's talking about your granny shortly afterwards.
My granny, I'm telling you, gave it to me raw and dirty. She always told me, like, you always want to look your best when you leave the house because you never know if you're running to the president or your next husband. That was her words, not mine. And I still live by that. I can't leave the house in a bonnet. I can't leave the house in my pajamas. Like, certain things, she's like, you always want to look your best. Put your best foot forward. You never know what opportunity is going to be out that door.
Exactly.
Also, I would see the way she was with my grandpa at the time and how she treated him and how their relationship was and how she was always doing the cooking and the cleaning and the serving and things like that. And I was like, I like this. This feels good, you know? So that's why I'm over here all the time. It feels good to be here. And I'm fishing with my grandpa and I'm cleaning with my grandma. You know, we listen to country music and, you know, it felt good. I was like, now speaking of my mom who worked her fucking ass off, she's always worked 2 jobs to take care of all her babies, you know, but I was like, that's just, it ain't appealing. You know what I'm saying? That don't look good.
Right.
I don't want to have to do that. Will I? Yes, if I need to, but I want to set myself up to where I don't have to do that. That's where it comes to like the strong, independent, all this type of stuff. We don't want to have to do that. She didn't want to have to do that, but you know, this is,
She'll do what she had to do.
you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate her for that. She cooked 5 days out of 7 days a week. You know, she washed all our clothes and like she spoiled us. And that is a hard working woman. I swear to God. And I love her for that. But as far as like values, as far as relationships, I look to my grandmother for those type of things. You know what I'm saying? So when you're saying your mom didn't like talk to you, she was showing you, but you didn't really just pick up on
Right.
it in that
I needed
way.
to come full circle. And then plus like just the dynamic that I had with my dad, my mom, and then my stepdad, it also kind of like created, you know, that whole distortion of what, you know, a relationship should look like. Just because I was going based off of, well, to make a long story short, my real dad didn't like my stepdaddy, so he let me know. So since my dad didn't like my stepdad, I didn't like my stepdad.
Period.
I was like, nope, you can't tell me nothing because I'm going to go tell my daddy. Yeah.
At what age did he become your stepdad?
It was in then
I
here's
want
the
to see how
terror.
ready you were. That's why I'm asking. What
No,
age?
here's the terror story. This is where they started off wrong. It was it was after my 5th grade graduation. My mom told me we were going to SeaWorld for my graduation gift. So I was pumped. I'm like, yeah, I'm just go see the whale. And it was, the irony at that point, girl, I was real chubby too. So I was just like,
You were.
Yeah.
You post pictures of it. I just
Yeah.
like, wow, Kayla, you've come such a long way. Wow. Beautiful still, but yes, you was a chubby
I was still
baby.
cool though. I was still
Was
cool.
you? Was you a bully at all?
No,
You
everybody asked me
associated her-
that. No, I
I
just
saw somebody
had,
put that on your Instagram.
Yeah, I
I,
just
was like,
had-
I don't think she was, but I don't know.
I had very aggressive eyebrows that I can't get the curl back now, so I have to draw them hoes on.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Damn brows. Okay.
And then I have a natural frown. I don't mean to, like, cause you know I'm super nice.
So wait,
But yeah.
people. Oh wait, your point. Get your point. I have no question.
Oh yeah. So I thought we were going to SeaWorld, and so we made a pit stop. She said we were just pit stopping in Alabama. And then she announced to me she was getting married. So I was like, all right, cool. Now when we going to go to SeaWorld? She's like, oh, we're not going at all. So yeah, I was traumatized from the beginning.
Mama.
So yeah, she started off with
So
the
instead
foolery.
of going to SeaWorld, y'all got married
Girl went to Alabama and she got married
that
Okay.
weekend.
hmm
Oh, mama. Yeah, that wasn't a good start.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't a good start. So it's her fault, you know.
That's a prime example. Yeah, don't lie to your kids.
Yeah, because we're going to find out and then
Like,
we're going to
keep
be
it G
mad.
with your
Yeah.
kids. Like,
Oh, don't lie about nothing like
nothing
that.
big. That's big.
You could have still took me to SeaWorld. We probably would have had a
As
whole
a
different
whole big
start.
family.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
could have been a new start.
Y'all honeymoon gonna be at SeaWorld.
Right. But since you want to take my day and use it for you to get married, you know, it started there.
How is your relationship now with your stepdad?
So it ended up being it was great. He's deceased.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, it's been some years.
Okay.
I enjoyed the time that I was able. Well, once we were able
Yeah,
to
we
build a
done made that
relationship,
okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the time we had. So
That's cool. That's cool. But I do understand, as parents, I know you're not like a human mother, but as
got nieces.
parents, we always as parents, it's just like you don't know the damage that you could be doing
Right.
to your child at the time. You know what I'm saying? So with me, I always wanted to be honest with my daughter. And speak to her like she's an adult, not the goo goo gaga bullshit or whatever. Like we're gonna use words, real words, right? But I think where as a mother, let me be very vulnerable real quick. I think where I messed up was like I wanted my daughter to have every opportunity, so I would put her in all these different activities. You know, oh, let's try this and see if that's her thing. Oh, she's kind of showing some artsy stuff. Let's put her in art class. Oh, I'm an athlete. Let me put her in tennis and learn how to be a tennis player. Get her some training on that. So it was all she was dance, she was this, it was band, it was that. But I allowed her to quit everything versus trying to make her stick to it. So now at this older age, it's like now she's used to quitting things, in my opinion. The only thing I made her stick with as far as extracurricular activities is band. She wants to quit band, but I just thought it was so cool that she could read music and she could play her instrument very well. She was always first chair, at least second chair.
Okay.
And she's a brass player. She's the only girl brass player.
Yeah, because typically they don't play brass.
They don't. They play the flute, clarinet, cute little shit like
Mm-hmm.
that. But she's a brass. She's the only one in her high school. She's first chair, second chair. And now she's the president of her band. Like, if I had not, she wants to quit so many times, but I was like, I'm not letting her quit no more.
Right.
'Cause I didn't want her to be a quote unquote quitter. So, but now that she's going off to college, she's like, oh, I ain't doing that shit no more.
Yeah.
But as a parent, you just be like, oh, no, that's not her thing. So you're going to let her quit that. Oh, that's not her thing. Sometimes you just got to like be stern as a parent. Be like, no, we're going to stick this out. Like she would quit lessons in the middle of lessons type stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I paid for a whole season of lessons and your ass quit halfway through. You only want to do 2 lessons. I feel like now looking back, I shouldn't let her do those. I shouldn't let her quit so easily. You know what I'm saying? So, but as parents, you don't know. It's like trial and error.
Right. I was just about to say, there's no like exact science to parenthood.
Right.
You know, you just get in there. You kind of like do the best you can.
Yeah.
And hope it sticks.
Yeah. And I also feel like I do protect her a lot. And I didn't ever want to bring someone into my home, like another man into my home or whatever, because you just don't. I don't know. You just don't trust them around your kids a whole lot.
It's hard to.
It's
these
hard
days.
to. So I kept my baby away from the men that I haven't had that many relationships, but I have had 2 long-term relationships, and I did kind of keep her away from them. And it's like it's different when you have a woman raising you and you have a man raising you. You get both of those personalities, those are those ways of learning, and I think it's needed. I think because I'm super independent because my mom is very independent and I was raised by my mom. But I also have like daddy issues because I didn't have a daddy growing up, and so I like older men. You know, I want to be cared for. I want to be protected.
The gray hair is sexy though.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Do you typically go for older men? Because we don't look as old as we kind of are,
Yeah.
but.
Oh yeah.
Do younger men want to attract you? I mean,
I'm
how did you?
Yes, I don't want to be a cougar. Stop trying to make me a cougar. I'm not ready. Okay, I'm in that in between stage of where
Are you a puma? They call us pumas.
Yeah.
Are you a puma? Yeah. But I don't like dating older men. And I tried. I really tried. I was like, you know what? All these younger men are coming up to me, approaching me. I'm like, fuck it. All right, maybe it's a sign. I'm gonna try it. The mentality is just not there because I am childish and I do some childish shit and I'm immature in ways, but I am also an adult. And there are adult things that I like to get done. Like, we got to do some real shit and not just be talking about hooking up.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am. Cool me.
Now, see, the young ones, they coming with it. Now, they talking good game. They're talking better game than the older men. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel just the generation is different. They're more of a generation of like technology and like doers, and they weren't afraid. Like our like generation, we were kind of still reserved. We were like, you know, putting
we gotta do a 9 to 5. We gotta do a 9 to 5. We gotta finish college.
Yeah, and it's completely different for them. So like, the world has changed.
They're more adventurous in that way. They're more brave. And I don't want to say brave, but I don't think we were not brave, but they're more just like open to doing some shit their way versus doing what we were taught. We gotta work. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. Gotta have 9 to 5.
They can challenge the status quo.
Yes.
A lot better than what we did.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like when I was talking to a younger man and he had his own business, he had had that going for himself. It was still just a disconnect as far as like the generational shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to a certain degree, yeah. Because, look, my niece is 25.
Okay.
So I can't engage in conversation, like romantic conversation with anybody that's like 25 or anywhere like in 20 period because it seems so gross. It seems so gross.
Listen, I was talking to one guy and I was like, don't tell me your age.
Yeah.
I told you that. Like, do not tell me your fucking age. Because he was like, mentally, I was like, okay, I like it. He has his own shit going. He about his money. He's about growth. He was putting us on some stocks and shit. And I was like, okay, cool. Don't ever tell me your age, all right? All right, let's go. And then he let it slip one day.
You know what? It all comes down to why. She'll look on Instagram and they be like, they had them balloons or whatever. Like, I'm 25. What? You, excuse me? You left that part out.
This one was a little bit younger than that. He was 23. I was like, and he was we were having like a deep conversation.
He was only 23?
He was only 23.
I thought he don't look at that.
He doesn't. He looks older and he talks like a grown man. But when he let that slip mentally, I just could not.
That's too young.
And then he would do shit and say shit and I'd be like,
yeah, you 23.
Once he told me he was 23, I was like, that's 23 shit.
Yeah, you can't change your mind about it yet. Then it explains a lot of things though, because you know, men, they mature late, so.
They do. It's been tough.
But girl, no, the older men, they've been terrible. I feel like.
How old will you go though? As far as like numbers, like 5 years older?
Oh, ma'am, you know me. I like 1 foot in the grave, okay? But no, like seriously, date. I mean, I'm cool with like maybe max 15.
15?
Max 15. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I'd be sexually attracted to someone that was 15 years older than me.
You got to be a fine 15. You can't be like an old 15 though. Cause
I have never seen a penis that old.
Well, like, but 15 that's 51 for me. So
yeah,
that's not really old.
It's not.
It's younger than my mom.
I did talk to a guy. I think he was 55, and he was very fit. But I never saw his penis. I don't know, but.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a 55 wouldn't be wrinkled or like gross looking.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at some older porn and see what it would kind of look like and get my mind wrapped around.
We can check it out when we See?
But
No,
okay, so
If you
information.
having gray hair, I seen some. It had gray hair and stuff.
I'm fine with gray hair. I'm cool with that. Down there,
It looks a little strange.
like full gray.
Fully gray.
Damn. I'm picturing it. I have a very good imagination.
But
Okay.
the ones they have on like those type of shows, though, it's like an over exaggeration. These people are like old.
Okay.
They're not like middle age old.
Yeah.
So,
They're like 70 and shit.
Yeah.
Taking Viagra. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But in summation, to wrap it up, y'all know we have like a very conversational podcast. I love it. I love the flow. Connie Love will be back, I think, next week.
Oh, cool.
She's getting things in order, whatever. So we just wanted to do like a quick little. It wasn't even quick
Hop
actually.
in that thing.
We just wanted to do an impromptu episode to give y'all some content because I have missed you guys so much. I missed Mark, who's the owner of this suite that we're at, the studio we're at, and yeah, it's been fun. Thank you so much for coming, baby.
Absolutely.
We do have our pretty girl who is Miss Shakayla. Follow her on Instagram at
Leopard Kayla.
Leopard Kayla.
Yep. All one word.
To get to know her a little bit better.
I guess
If
everything's
you-
all one word, huh? Sorry.
Leopard Kayla.
I mean, I guess everything's like all one word on Instagram. See, that's my
Oh, yeah.
age talking. Continue, see.
You know social media girl. Yeah, but I'm a TikTok girl. When I get home, I'm gonna do another TikTok. I love TikTok. Follow me, Be Classy 13 on Instagram. Follow the podcast at The Pretty Ugly Struggle. And our pretty girl is Shakayla. Follow her at Leopard Shakayla on Instagram. Are you active on anything else?
Leopard Kayla.
Leopard Kayla. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
fine.
Leopard Kayla.
I'm on Facebook. I pop in, pop out. I have a Twitter.
How's your Twitter? I want to get into Twitter because
I
Twitter
don't know
is
how to
popping.
Twitter. Tweet or tweet. I don't know how to do that. Somebody, my niece is supposed to show me, but she hasn't.
We have one if
Yeah.
y'all want to follow us at the Pretty Ugly Show. I did set up one, but I only post when I post our YouTube videos, it'll prompt me, do I want to put it on Twitter? And then I'll put it on
that type
Twitter.
of thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like one of
The
those.
share.
But I want to like conversate and talk like especially when the circle was going on. I was like, oh, the circle, I want to live tweet.
Right.
Stuff like that. But I could only handle one. Well, I'm handling two now. I love TikTok. That's my favorite. And then Instagram. That's my second. And that's pretty much all I do. Those two. But follow us on Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, Spotify, Apple Podcasts at the Pretty Ugly Struggle Podcast. Our pretty boy of the week, I'm going to actually give it to, we haven't even spoke about him, but I want to give it to Dr. Umar. Because Dr. Umar challenged Kevin Samuels, and he was like, he doesn't like the way these Utibians, is what he called them.
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. The Breakfast Club, they got like 4 million views on it, just like a week. Like, dope. Like, that's another very popular guy, and some of the things he says, I'm dope, I'm with it, and some of the things he says, a little shaky, but I get it. That's his stance. I ain't gonna judge that man. But he kind of went against Kevin Samuels, like, he don't like the way that he put it down black women, and I get it. So I'm gonna give it to Dr. Umar, stepping up for the black women, protect the black woman always. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's our show, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.